Are we on? We are on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's blog time. It's the blog day. We're doing the blog. It's 2018, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2018. It's finally February. January's over. Hallelujah. It's the longest January on recorded history, so I'm glad we're past that. It was freaking long. Was anybody else bored? I was bored. AF. Yeah, so let's get past this question of why weddings are expensive. Can we talk to the brides real quick? Can I holler at you real fast? Can I talk to you if you're planning your wedding, if you know someone who's planning a wedding, and they're wigging out. Oh my God, I didn't know it was so expensive. Do you want to know why? I'm gonna do it two different ways. I'm gonna do it the long way, and then I'm gonna do it the short way. So wait till the end so you can know the real reason why wedding vendors and weddings are expensive things. So let's do the standard stuff. I mean, you got your venues, right? So, I mean, each venue has its own thing. You want it to be picturesque, right? You want it to be unique. You want it to be, all these things. You want this magical moment. Because these pictures are going to have to look good, right? You have photographers and videographers. All these vendors, they're coming, and they're going to document this day. And so you want them there. And it's like, okay, so we need to find a venue. Well, that venue's not pretty enough, or that venue's downtown, or that venue's a barn, or whatever the venue is, whatever criticism you may have is fine. You can have those criticisms and then go get the venue that you want. But you're going to have to pay for it because you do want it to be unique. You do want it to be picturesque. You do want it to be different. You've got all this stuff. All this stuff goes into their price. And so if they're $4,000 on a Saturday, then yeah. That it's worth all that because it's unique. They have staff they have to pay. They have insurance they have to pay when Uncle Frank gets way too wasted, right, at your event, and you don't know what to do with him, but they don't know what to do with him either because it's your Uncle Frank. It's not theirs, but they need insurance to cover that, and that's expensive. Okay, so there's your venues. Your venues are done. Next up, what? DJs. So DJs, what they got? They got speakers, they got stands, they got tables, they got cables, they got computers, they got lights, they got music, they have music. They have legal music. They have to get their music legally. They got to have licenses for that kind of stuff. They have to have memberships to membership clubs where they can get the music that you want in a legal way. In addition to that, they got a vehicle. They got to get there, right? They got to have a reliable vehicle. They have to keep up. So now they got insurance on the vehicle. They got insurance on all their gear. And then maybe they do have a staff. Maybe they have roadies. Maybe they have personnel that help them set up. Maybe they have specialized DJs that just show up to DJ. And that's fine, but they got to have staff to actually maintain the equipment. But they've got the insurance too, right? So you got all this stuff right here for all the DJs, all right? Photographers, they got cameras, they got lenses, they got straps, they got caps, they got more lenses, they got tripods, they got deflectors, diffusers. They've got assistants as well. You want the really good shots. You want those shots. You got to have an off-camera flash for some of that stuff. You have to have specialty equipment to get the picture that you want. When you sat down in that photographer's studio, his office, wherever, his or her office, whatever it was, you sat down and you talked to them. I want that picture. I want it done that way. Well, they need a certain set amount of equipment, and guess what? That stuff has to be insured too, because when Uncle Frank comes through, he's going to do his thing, and he's going to knock over a flash, he's going to knock over a stand, he's going to damage something. So that has to be insured so that they're covered. So that's expensive too. All right, photographers, videographers, same kind of deal. Cameras, lenses, straps, caps, tripods, deflectors, diffusers, reflectors, assistants, the software that they use to actually edit the video. That costs money. You got to make sure that you're doing it legally too. So the stuff that you want to put online has to be royalty-free music. It has to be something that they can actually share. Now you get into your catering. Bowls, cups, plates, both for serving and for eating off of. Do you want china? Do you want paper? Those things have to be considered. You have those consultations. You have the tastings. Tastings cost money. They have to make that food for you. So that goes into the bill as well. So you got all this stuff from caterers, and we haven't even talked about the cakes. We haven't talked about the dress. We haven't talked about the decor. We haven't talked about flowers. We haven't talked about rentals. We haven't talked about suits or ties or shoes, or any of the fun stuff, or even the favors, the gifts that you give to your bridal party, which you should, because they're going out of their way. They want to be there. They want to help you celebrate. You should say thank you. So there's all your pricing and all this stuff around here. I mean, it looks like a lot. Well, you know what? It is. Get rid of all that. Now listen. The reason that it's expensive, the reason why it costs what it does, before I say all that, you can go cheap. You can get budget DJs. You can get budget vendors, budget florists. You can go bottom of the barrel if you want to. That's totally your choice. This is America. This is how we do things. If that's what you want to do, by all means, go do it. Put it this way. This is a one-time event. And within this one-time event, this one day, all these events happen, and they happen once. They only happen one time. When you show up to get your hair done at the boutique, or if your hairdresser comes to you. So your hairdresser is going to show up, right? And do your hair, but she's only going to do it once. Your makeup's only going to get done once. Your shoes are only going to go on one time. Your dress is only going to go on one time. Your groomsman and your groom, he's only going to get dressed one time. He's going to put that tie on. He's going to tie his shoes. Who's going to be there to capture that shot? Somebody? Who? Like, if your photographer or videographer's car breaks down, then what? If they don't have insurance and they say, well, I can't really take that risk. I can't be there for you on your day. Well, that's what you get when you hire budget, when you go budget. The reason why weddings are expensive is because these professionals don't miss. They don't miss, period. First dance, the announcements from the DJ that has to be made, that has to be done on point, has to be done correctly. That one time. There's no do-over. It's not like we can walk back out and then walk you guys back in again. Change the song. I didn't like that vibe. Let's do something else. This isn't a movie shoot. You don't have takes. You don't have 2 first dances. You have 1 first dance. And you need to be introduced properly, articulately, smoothly. Your guests need to know where to go within the venue. These things are here. They need to be able to communicate those things. And those things need to be done well and professionally. And if you hire somebody that based on price alone, if you go based on price, you're going to hate your day. I promise you. It won't be what you think it's supposed to be. It won't be that vision in your head. So if you have to push it off a year, I'd say do it. There are ways to budget. There are ways to change your lifestyle for the year, for 6 months, to actually get that day perfect. And that's why it's so expensive. Average cost, I think, for a wedding now is 35 grand, something like that. And, you know, it doesn't have to be that. You don't have to have all the extras. That's true. You can trim where you need to. But when it comes down to the vendors, when it comes down to the professionals, pay top dollar for those people. Because those are the ones that make it perfect. Those are the ones that record it. Those are the ones that document it with your photography, your videography. Your caterer has not dried out the chicken, okay? Because they are professionals. They know what they're doing. They're going to make sure that your timeline is adhered to. Even, you know, coordinators especially. They're the ones that keep everybody where they're supposed to be. And if you get a good one, A, it's going to make the day perfect. B, it's going to be expensive. So be prepared for that eventuality. I'm DJ Scuba Steve. Appreciate you guys watching. Comment below if you have any questions further. Also subscribe. Got some cool stuff coming up. We've got a DJ documentary going to drop here in the next few months. So looking forward to actually shooting that and then presenting it to you guys. So thanks a lot. We'll see you guys next time.